What is Nafta? Nafta established a free trade area which allowed for the elimination of tariffs on most goods trade between the three countries and established rules for trade in areas such as agriculture, intellectual property, and government procurement. Despite this, NAFTA remains one of the largest free trade agreements in the world, covering a market of over 450 million people. Pros and cons. Pros. NAFTA lowered the price of many goods. Advocates of the free trade generally point to lower prices from consumer goods as one of the main benefits. That lowering tariffs. The average American profit from lower prices as a result of NAFTA say defend of the agreement. NAFTA increased export and create regional production blocks. Certain sectors of the USA economic lost out as a result of NAFTA, but the other sectors got a boost. NAFTA led to cooperation between countries, creating new regional industry where different signatory countries make different parts. Cons. Poor working conditions. Unemployed Mexican farmers went to work in a substandard condition in the Maquinadora program. Maquinadora is where United States-owned companies employ Mexican workers near the border. Environment damage. U.S. companies degrade the Mexican environment to keep costs low. Agribusiness in Mexico use more fertilizers and other chemicals. This increased levels of pollution. Rural farmers were forced into a marginal and land to estate in business, which increases deforestation rates.
Mexico's top 10 important partners. Mexico Import Data reveals a list of Mexico's top 10 import partners as follow: United States with 206.1 billion, China with 83.0 billion, Japan with 17.9 billion, Germany with 17.6 billion, South Korea with 17.5 billion, Malaysia with 11.5 billion, Canada with 9.8 billion, Taipei Chinese with 9.3 billion, Brazil with 6.6 billion, and Italy with $6 billion. Example: access to new technologies. NAFTA has allowed Mexican companies to collaborate with their North American counterparts, allowing them to access new technologies and improving their products and production process. Trade volume. NAFTA created one of the world's largest free trade zones, with a combined GDP of over 20 trillion and a total population of approximately 490 million people. The agreement has facilitated the flow of goods and services between the three countries, with trilateral merchandise trade reaching 1.1 trillion in 2020.
Okay, so one of the goals of NAFTA was to eliminate most tariffs and other restrictions on trade between the three countries. The agreement originated from the Free Trade Agreement the United States and Canada signed in 1988. NAFTA eliminates almost all barriers to trade and investments between the North American countries and includes provisions for the protection of intellectual property rights. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you 5 fun facts about NAFTA. Number 1. North America is the most extensive free trade zone in the world, close to 5 times the size of the European Union. Number 2. NAFTA allows free trade among more than 480 million residents. Number 3. The NAFTA region produces goods and services valued at more than 20 trillion every year. Number 4. Before NAFTA, goods exported to Mexico attracted tariffs of 30% or higher, with U.S. produced goods being charged higher tariffs than the duties imposed on Mexican goods exported to the United States. And number 5. It took 3 U.S. presidents more than a decade to get NAFTA off the ground.